What's going on, everybody? It's me, Shane, and I'm here to give you yet another Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War episode review. It's season 3, episode 38. This episode is entitled Friend. Oh, before I go any further, friend, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more reviews like this one. And if you want to support me even further, my Patreon link is in that description below. Oh boy, so we're going to talk about the friendship. These last 3 episodes. Oh crap, I don't think about last 3, because the next one coming up won't be much of an exposition, but these last few have been flashbacks, and this one is a flashback for sure with battle. I mean, it's easier to watch than to read it, because then you gotta be waiting for chapter after chapter. But let's talk about these guys' real name first of all. Bazz-B is short for Bazard Black. That is a cool ass name. Cool name. As you look at him, he has he has an interesting design, right? He was quite annoying, you know, what he did to our boy Toshiro Hitsugaya. And versus Jugram Haschwalth, also known as Jugo. I hate to admit, good design, you know, long coat guy with the sword and long blonde hair, and he has some really long eyelashes. Like one of the few anime characters that has eyelashes show like that. Yeah, he's a jackass. Well, let's talk about, you want to talk about betrayal? Something you and Uryu have in common. But we get into his backstory. It's like, it makes you wonder, did he have an abusive uncle? Like, he can't shoot arrows, can't make arrows, can't shoot anything, but we see bruises on his arm. His parents are dead. He lives with his uncle. We see his uncle comes up, typical nasty looking fat guy ish. Just know that he's fat. We don't see his face because of his precious Jugo. And it fills you with a bit of a sense of dread. Like, is this a physically abusive dude? It's also sounds very visibly intoxicated. Can't tell what type of things are going on there, right? Does not seem good at all. So, yeah, he has no power as a Quincy. He cannot make the Hellenbogen, which our boy Bazz-B, his Hellenbogen is crossbows. He does crossbows. He apparently is the son of a ruler. So we get answers to questions we didn't ask, but here's a question I have. Where the hell did this Quincy world come from, right? Northern Territory was Yawach's place. So this is, I'm going to presume, the South. Where is this world at? Was this also the same soul world as the Spirit Reapers? I have questions. Kubo, do you have answers that don't involve making an owl house out of a character of a particular skin color? I don't know, but this is right before Yawach was going to take over, well, should I say, going to invade Soul Society the first time. You know, there hasn't been, and we hear this all through the mental narration of Bazz-B of the past B. There hasn't been a Quincy that did not have powers for a long time, because they were called out, which again does not make you think highly of the Quincy's. They were, killed, murdered, called out. It's been well over 200 years since they've seen somebody that didn't have those abilities. But here's Jugo. It's like every few decades there was somebody like that, and now he's the only one. A thing I forgot to mention, I should have mentioned it earlier. The hands, the intro. The ever-evolving intro, which I love it, chef's kiss. Ever-evolving intro, where, you see the Mimihage and Ukitake, and you see the hand coming over the other hand. We just saw that last episode. That was Shunzui Nano. And we see Nemu, a lot of people with N names. Nemu going to say Mayu, Ri. There's the other hand. There was the hand of, I think Jugo's hand was in here, that jackass. But the hands, the intro told on itself, but didn't tell on itself because it is much like the outro, ever evolving. Because that's a spoiler for next review. But anyway, yeah, this is also right when the Stern Vitas were being created, because we see the original, we see Yawatch's original Royal Guard. There's 5 of them. They're killing all of Bazz's people. Bazz even said, you're a weak kind of guy. I'm gonna look out for you. I'm a genius. I got these powers. Come back. We'll be friends. Flicks him a button that has a B on it. You're my underling, buddy. Let's do this. And one night, Yawatch's people comes through and murders everybody. We even see, as Bazz and his mama kind of looking out, blonde chick blows her literal entire head off. Yawatch uses his giant little arrow thing, sets ablaze to that entire castle, which explains why we kept getting flashes of that in the beginning of this fight that's going on, and somewhere like 3 episodes ago. Blue flames. If it's blue flames, it's Yawatch. And Jugo betrayed the hell out of him. So for 3 years, they went back to the castle. Yawatch had burned the forest. They got as much gold as they could so they could live off of it. And we do see, because this is something I don't think I put in my notes, but I need to make note of it. Yawatch has those multi-eyes at this point, which makes it even more impressive that Captain Commander beat his ass even though he had the multi-eyes. That shows you how strong Yamamoto was. Anyway, as they're leaving, he has those multi-eyes, and you see little Bazz hiding behind a rock, and he's looking. And those multi-eyes, it's funny, he can look ahead, but it's as if he's looking at him. He technically is looking at him at the same time. Yeah, he betrayed. When I say he betrayed him, the plan was, we're gonna kill this guy, right? He burned down your forest. That also killed your uncle. Maybe Jugo actually killed his uncle. Jugo, you took the sword from Bazz's family castle. He trained every day. Bazz is like, look, man, I'm gonna show you how to make, the bow and arrows, the bow stuff. Couldn't do it after 3 years. He said, he might be slowing me down for my revenge, but you know what? I can't abandon him because he's still putting in the work. He's like, but he'll never know that because he kept it to himself. Then one day, the Royal Guards come in. They're starting to Stern Ritters. You get the one guy called Style Dots. We see the conversation he had with him, blah, 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 right? And Bazz is like, I want to sign up. Dude's like, okay, we'll come back and tell you when it is. He's like, no, this needs to happen now, because the plan was to get in, get close, then murder him. And he's talking hella shit to this dude who we later found out his name is Commander Hubert. And I gotta scroll down to this, guys, because this is beyond killing rabbits, right? Because this guy calls Bazz a nobody. The people in this town know that, oh, that's the old Lord's son. Oh, snap. And he says, I'll fight you right now. Dude taking out a sword. Mind you, I thought these guys didn't do sword. Thought he was the only one from years and years. Won't even get into that. Calls him an insolent monkey. And Bazz says, your officer was killed by an insolent monkey. That's what they're going to tell Yawatch. I love it. He's ready to rumble. Yawatch makes everyone kneel. When he's apparently there with his spiritual pressure, and Bazz is like, sitting up. Only person not down is Jugo, which Bazz calls him Jugo, even though he hates it. Won't tell him why not to call him that. But I'm guessing it's because of the abusive uncle. And he's like, yeah, I've been looking for you. You're my other half, right? It took me 200 years, and Bazz is putting the pieces together. He's like, you have the same power I do. You can give power to other Quincy's. But see, unlike me, I can take it back. You don't know how to do that yet. So you're going to come with me, and you're going to be the start of all this, because I've been looking for you for a long time, man. 200 years is a long time. And he looks at Bazz and says, did you think, tell me, since the time you've been with this guy, has your power grown? Did you really think that you were a genius and had talent? You're nothing. You're trash. Okay. hatred levels are boiling over. All right, all right. And what's crazy, so I don't know if this is where Jugo said, yeah, I'm gonna betray him, because when he said he's picking him, Bazz was just like looking at him in disbelief, like, what? And Jugo's like, well, what do I, he says out loud, what do I do? He's like, don't look at me like that. Why are you looking at me like that? Did you instantly decide to betray your friend because he looked at you with disbelief with a little bit of jealousy? Because Bazz-B breaks free of the spiritual pressure, showing me he ain't trash. I'm just saying. And shoots a crossbow at him, and punk ass Jugo grabs this thing. Punk ass. So you get another 5-year gap. It took him 5 years to join the Stern Raiders. Every time he was there, he challenged him. Now, Hubert wanted to kick his butt, but Jugo's like, there's no fighting allowed. It's punishable by death. Well, hey, I can do it. Even, His Majesty won't know. Yeah, I would know, though. And I would be here. I hate that guy. So, yeah. Obviously, the battle happened. They all lost. But this is a flashback about Jugo and Bazz-B, how they were supposed to be friends. And Bazz is just like, from that day forward, I would challenge you. For some reason, you never fought me. And you just always looked down on me. And all this whole time, while they're fighting, because Bazz is doing burner finger 1, 2, 3, 4, which is flame blade. He did the full on 5-finger doom burn. And Jugo is saying, we shouldn't keep fighting here. We're going to damage the castle. And he's like, I don't give a damn. Like, they had different names for the castle, like a different area. He's like, you call this the Warvelt or the something else, something or other. I don't care about any of the Quincy dialogue, honestly, if I'm being completely honest with you. But he is calling out. He's saying, well, this doesn't. Jugo's like, this doesn't work. And for His Majesty, for us to be fighting like this, he's like, good. Did you forget I'm here to kill him? So he's going to kill by killing Jugo, who takes Yawach's power when he's asleep. So he has the Almighty while he's asleep, and Yawach has his powers while Yawach is asleep. So if you kill one, the other one will be weak, right? Right, in theory. I say in theory for something much, much, much later. But in theory, right? He's losing badly. Like, he's getting cut up, beat the hell up. When he does burner finger 4, he gets his arm cut off. And Jugo's even like, I told you to stop, Bazz Black. Oh, you use the government name. Just all in all, just throwing hands. But he being Bazz is getting wrecked, like, really, really badly. And we get to the point where he tried to do I say he cut off his arm, right? The impact of the arm coming off, just thudding, and it made me think initially, slight spoiler for the next episode, because it's like, okay, well, they take powers, your watch isn't asleep yet, right? He technically is asleep, because we do see, this might be in the next episode, I don't care though, we see like the zombie girls, they go up, they're gonna try to kill him. It's like, oh, he's asleep, but who cares? Sucks to be him. So initially, is this Jugo? Did Jugo beat him because he beat him so badly because he has his powers? I actually really don't know. But just cutting him and slashing him, and then of course Mr. Bazz Black says this whole entire thing has surprised me nonstop. I thought I would be, hold on, we're just gonna go down. He's like, I thought I would feel much worse losing to you. His little singeing of his finger, of his hand that's left is gone, and dude just dies there. And you get playbacks of the past. Jugo hears Bazz is saying Jugo's name in his mind as he's dying. It's just kind of like Jugo has no expression here. This is from the last episode. He has no expression throughout this whole entire thing. He willingly killed well, I don't even want to call him a friend, because you betrayed him years and years and years ago. Again, kind of reminds me of Uryu. Why did you betray him? Because of a look? Because of a look? I don't know. But before I get my rating, for the short episode, or for the short-ish review, let's talk about some plot holes here. So if Bazz-B's entire thing was to kill your watch, and he just biding my time till I kill him, how come you didn't work with the Soul Reapers? Why did you go so hard on Toshiro? Is that, like, I get for a literary standpoint, you see your favorites, you see your heavy hitters get beat up and get knocked out, damn near killed. It's supposed to invoke despair, it's supposed to give you some emotion. Because going back and rereading or rewatching this is going to kind of muddy this a little bit, unless you just want to watch it just for the good fight choreography. Because, like, this fool, he runs up his block and runs on the ceiling. But it's like, why didn't you work with them? Why didn't you go, yeah, no, I hate him because he murdered my family? Then why did it make it seem like you were only betraying him because when he did the Haschwalth and took everyone's power and killed a lot of your folks, and then you went, I can't believe this. Jugo, did you know? And even Jugo goes, well, is there any point in me answering that? Because, you know, if I were to say no, would you even believe me? Say it anyway. Tell me, because we used to be friends. That's when we got the flashback part. I don't even think he would even care if he knew or didn't know. He would just still be down. Super down. Sending off ninjas to follow Uryu and all this other stuff. It's just... Bazz's motivations, this in retrospect, it make things get kind of weaker, right? Why didn't you work with the Spirit Reapers? Why didn't you tell him, hey, BTW, this dude's gonna be asleep, we all hate him, let's just murder this guy? Is it because Quincy's and Soul Reapers aren't supposed to get along? Well, you saw Uryu got along with them until he didn't. I don't know. It's weird. It then makes you wonder, why'd you go so hard with killing the other folks? Was it to put on a show? Remember, you can't have infighting. Although you can't have infighting, but we saw Bombita murder a guy after sleeping with him. That's not outside of the rules. You see how some things don't make sense? So, out of the last 4 to 5 episodes, in my opinion, this is the weakest one. I give this a 4 out of 5 though, mainly because you made me care about Bazz, and I saw that. And as I talk to you all about this, I retroactively see how they did the seeds. You show him being strong. It's like, damn, this dude had a cool design, but you kind of mess with our homies, and then you see him interacting with Renji, and you go, oh well, damn, if Renji thinks he's kind of cool. It's kind of funny. It's kind of cute, Harukia, and then you see it again, and then you go here and you go, oh, he was betrayed. Very fun way of doing that. I don't know if in retrospect you would want to do enemy of my enemy type of thing. Typically, that's a typical thing in shonen anime, but I give you credit for making me care about the backstory of Bazz-B. I was in it. I was watching, but there's not a whole lot of meat on the bone here. It does plant a seed, though, that there was a Quincy home world dimension realm, that not everybody, was cool with your watch. Like, your watch was even a legend there, because Bazz-B goes, they say he's been around for thousands of years, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z. Then you find out, oh, all of this is true. He's been around for hundreds of years, and calls himself the father of all Quincy's. Oh, maybe he is actually that guy. And we see that thing started with him. Bazz goes, you quickly became the commander of the Stern Ridders, or maybe you were the first guy. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I give him credit for that. I almost said masterful. It's not masterful, but that good line of storytelling. The art is still good here. Art is still great here. Just, it makes me ask more questions that pokes holes in this, especially with Bazz-B, and how there's a bit of a plot hole. Now you're upset and you're wondering, did he know? But when you're going to try to fight and kill him anyway, why would have that mattered? Or was it just like a straw? They didn't even form it as a sense. It's like, oh, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. It's just a thing that happened, and you made it seem like that was your main motivation, but it wasn't. So 4 out of 5. from me. The weakest out of these last ones, but there are you made me care about a character I wouldn't have cared about otherwise. So 4 out of 5. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you want to support me even further, my Patreon link is in the description below. Go ahead, make a comment down there. I definitely want to hear what you guys think about this. Feels like we kind of had to get this out the way. It really does feel like, yeah, let's get this out the way so that we can just keep going forward with everything else. As always, be good, be blessed, wash those hands, drink some water, make sure you be good to yourself and you be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk. All right. Remember, there are people out there that care about you. If you're feeling down, reach out to someone, talk to someone. There are people out there that rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. I guarantee it. All right. My social media is in the description below. Give me a follow. Say hi. We can talk about this. Tell me what, legitimately, if you think I'm wrong, just leave a comment down there and tell me why I'm wrong. I already know that people aren't going to like the whole Owl House comment I made on the last review. And I can guarantee that when I watch it, there's going to be thumbs down, but there's going to be no comments. Shame on you for not leaving a comment. That's right. I'm shaming you. That's what my Bankai is. It's the Bankai of shame. Until next time, we got to keep going. We got to keep going, guys. I got episode 39 to do. And this one has more meat on those bones. So I'll see you then. Bankai.